What's up, guys? Mr. J here. Hopefully, you can hear me well. I got my fan blowing right here, so I hope you can hear me well. Um, I'm making this vlog a quick one, like always, and just I need to rant a little bit, if you will, and I'm going to, if you don't mind, which I'm sure you don't, because if you don't, you're not gonna watch the video, and if I do, you are gonna watch the video, and blah 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 blah, whatever. You guys know that I'm working on the Harley Quinn drawing, and that watched that video that had that included with it. And I like to call myself a pretty average artist. Maybe some people would say I'm more than average artist. Some people might say that I'm okay. Some people might say I'm great. I don't know. It just I personally believe I can always make it better than what it is. And that got me thinking, I started sharing with certain people of my drawing, and some of the people are like, nice, nice, nice. It's like, really? I know my drawing is better than nice. I'm not trying to be egotistical at all. It's just, I know my drawing is better than nice. So when certain people just reply like that, it kind of gets under my skin, because it's like I spend so much time, so much effort into making this work and make it look great, and all I get is nice. Whereas the other side of the coin, people are like, oh my god, that's amazing, that looks great, I can't believe you did that, that's badass, that's dope, whatever, full of compliments. Whereas, like I said, the other side of the coin, it's less than that. So, like I said, spur moment idea of something to talk about and rant about. It's just like, I know the art market is pretty much not existent anymore. I mean, there's always a need for an artist, but not as much as there used to be. It's like I've seen the decline in art for the last 7 years, 8 years. I've seen it just crash now with all the 3D printing and large scale printing. There's really no room for independent artists like myself to make any money, whereas they could spend something on me, like, say, for example, that Harley Quinn. It's a 13 by 19. It's a pretty big painting. Not painting, I'm sorry, drawing. And I could spend all the time in the world on it and charge $300, or you can go to Walmart or Hot Topic or Spencer's and buy a poster for $6.99, $7.99, and there's no wait time except waiting online to make your purchase. And the same thing goes for eBay, Amazon. There's a bunch of other Etsy. There's people on there that have that large scale that they can mass to. Whereas I like to take my time with everything, make sure it's right. I'll give you a prime example. That dollar bill up there is like 4 foot by 2 foot, maybe 5 foot by 2 foot. It's a pretty big painting, right? Well, I didn't do that personally. I bought that. I saw it, I fell in love with it, and it was only $25. It's like, I'm sure the person that made that original artwork spent a lot of time creating that, getting the right texture, the right tone, this, that, and another thing, to possibly make a bunch of quick money by selling it so cheap, and getting his payback that way, or has large scale printing abilities to print something like that, because it's not an actual physical painting, it's just a print on canvas paper. So when I see stuff like that being sold, it upsets me, because I want to get to that level with my artwork, but I don't want to get to that level, because I like the time it takes to put into work, the passion, the drive, the inspiration I find, all that into my work. And that's why independent artists are suffering now, because the art market has crashed. It really has. And It's sad because I love art. I've always loved art since I could remember. I mean, like the earliest memory I have of like knowing how much I loved art, which is related to my tattoos, is I remember being in like 5th or 4th grade, and I was drawing on myself with markers and pens, and the teachers kept saying, "Stop doing that. You're going to get ink poisoning." Well, little known fact, the only way you get ink poisoning is if you're allergic to the ink, and you don't find that out until you do it. So there's no way saying you're getting ink poisoning right away. It's a myth. If it was true, I would have a ton of fucking ink poisoning. Part of my French, but you know that early on, remember doing that, and I just remember always drawing in school, and growing up watching cartoons a lot, and that interests me because the color, the bright, it like realism I can do, but I don't really care to do. I like to do comic book type work or tattoo work. I like that style of art. And it's become so mainstream now, whereas if you took me 15 years ago doing my art, which is not as good as it is now, if you took the art I'm doing now and put it 15 years ago, I probably would have made a lot more money than I do today. Because there's just no call for it. I mean, I'll give you another example. I had one guy hit me up, wanted me to design a tattoo for him. Like I explained to him, I take 50% down payment, and then when the project is finished, you pay off the rest, and then the piece is yours. Well, he couldn't understand why I asked for the 50% deposit, and I told him, there's people out there that say they want an art piece, they want a drawing, and then you do the drawing, you do all the work, you do all the labor and the effort and the homework to make sure you're giving this person their money's worth, and then A, they disappear completely, 2, they flake out and don't even respond when you say you're finished, or they just ghost on you altogether. And it's just like, independent artists are struggling. I, as an independent artist, most of my life am struggling. And I'm not making this for you guys to go, like, buy my artwork or hit me up for artwork. If you want to do that, do that. That would be great. It would be great inspiration for me. That's great. I would love that. But I'm not telling you to do that. You could do that because you want to do that. Or you see my art and you want something that's of quality, hand-drawn, hand-colored, hand-detailed. Just something that's original. Even if it's something that you see off of something and you like that, but you want a personal touch to it and make it your own. And that's what drives me about drawing. I try to draw everything as if it was my own. And one of my problems when I started doing paintings and large-scale paintings, it was hard to let them go because I was so proud of them. They were pieces of work that, it blew my mind. I'm like, oh my God, I'm really good at this. But I haven't painted in over a year, and I've come to discover I'm not as good at painting as I thought I was. I'm better at drawing and coloring than I am at painting. I'll still do a painting here and there if someone requests it, but it's not going to be, like that dollar bill. It's not going to be like that kind of quality. I'm just not capable of that. Maybe if I spend as much time as I do with my drawings into my paintings, it would do something, but I don't. I just prefer drawing and illustrating and just drawing that type of stuff. Everyone's like, what's your style? And I explain to them, I'm like, it's hard to explain. It's like comic book, tattoo flash, alternative, slash realism, slash abstract. I mean, just, you could put different titles on top of my artwork because it's all different. Every time I decide to do a drawing, I visualize it in my head for at least a week, if not more, and then put it to paper, and that's normally when I see the best results. Like, I'm blown away the way that Harley Quinn came out, because that was my first drawing that I did in over a year. And if you watch a lot of my earlier vlogs, you could see that I was doing drawings then compared to now, even though I took almost a year off of YouTube. But it's improved so much, and I keep pushing myself for that. I mean, it's like, I made a post on Facebook yesterday or the day before. It doesn't matter when. I made a post, okay? And I took a picture of all my fine line markers, okay? I have a little spindle of fine line markers which holds 120 markers. Well, those are all my fine liners, my bright colors that show up in black light, and white pens, okay? But it's mostly fine liners, okay? Now, all fine liners is just different diameters of the size of the point of the pen that you're using. You know, it can go from microscopic to big, broad, fat tip, you know. It's that type of thing. But all fine liners are pretty much the same. It's just some are different inks, some are different types of inks, different ingredients with the inks. You know, you could buy black fine liners, and then there's some that are black green, black blue, black purple. You know, a whole plethora of different ways a fine liner could be. And, you know, included with sizes. You know, there's a whole plethora of sizes, even though there is a standard size. You go on to Amazon, you look up fine liners, you'll find every single brand of fine liners that are out there. And I've tried 90, well, I can't say 90, maybe really probably about 60% of the fine liners to find the right ones that work for me and that I like the best. And then there's some that I've tried that I absolutely hated and I don't have anymore. And then, like, give you a prime example again. I know this is a long video, guys. I said it was going to be short. I lied. Copic markers. The world's #1 best marker. Top of the line markers. Okay? I own 5 of them. 5 fine liners. Okay? They work pretty good. I like them. And then I found out they had a set of multi-liners. Okay? Now, my Copic markers that I have of the fine liners, at the time when I bought them, were $45 for 5 markers. That's a lot to spend on something you're just doing line work with. But I'm really passionate about my line work. That's why there's so much detail. But what I'm getting at, they have a new set called multi-liners. And I'm like, ooh, multi-liners. I have fine liners, but what about multi-liners? So I start doing my homework and start watching some reviews about them. And there was a lot of pros and there was a lot more cons. And then I'm like, okay, I'm glad I didn't buy these. And then I go to look up how much they cost if I were to buy them. $75 for 5 pens. That's pretty expensive. I mean, just one set of, like, Copic markers. Now, mind you, they have a set, a B set, a C set, a D set, E set, etc., of markers. So they have a multitude of colors out there. I mean, I don't even know how many colors they technically have. But one set of, say, 72 markers is going to run you about $400. That's way too rich for my blood. Sorry, I'm not spending that much on markers. I mean, I've spent a lot of markers because I have the next level down from Copic markers, which are Spectrum Noir. I had that full set, and that cost me about $430 for the full set. No other colors. They don't make any other colors, just the colors I bought. And that took me gradually buying set after set after set after set. You know, I didn't buy it all at once. You know, it took me about 4 years to buy that entire set. And I love them. I really do. I don't use them much, but I have them if I do need to use them much. And, you know, I'll probably use some with my Harley Quinn. I may not. You know, it's just whatever I'm feeling at the time. Like, I got the urge to do a lot of colored pencil drawings. And so I bought some good top of the line wax um, colored pencils. And, you know, I haven't used them yet except for doing swatches, and wow, they look good. They look really, really good and promising, not compared to using like Corolla, for example. You know, using your everyday color marker, they're way better than that, you know. And I can go into detail of like what's the difference and how it's different and this, that, and other thing. But that would make this a longer video than it already planned on being. So, I mean, this is like, we're going on 16 minutes right now, and this vlog is going to take forever to upload. So I may upload it tonight, which tonight is Thursday, so you may see it Friday morning when you wake up in your subscription box. So, I'm going to cut off here. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Hit the like button. I'm getting very few likes here and there. You know, I'm doing the best I can at what I can with the content for you guys. I really try to put the best out there. You know, I ask you guys questions. I get very little feedback. But I'm begging, guys. I really am. I want to hear your feedback. I want to know what you want to see. I want to know what you don't want to see. What you want to hear. What you don't want to hear. You know, let's have fun. Let's make this a community again. At one time, at the top of this channel, I think I had 41 subscribers, and I'm down to 31. So, for the 31 that are here, thank you. I appreciate you. I hope you're still watching my videos. I hope you enjoyed this one. Like I said, it was going to be a short rant, but it turned into going on almost an 18-minute vlog. So, you got plenty of content here with you guys. Please hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And if you want to share my videos, you're more than welcome to do that too. So, like I always say, it's okay to be not okay. And I'm okay. And I hope you are too. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Oh, wait. I added a new intro and a new outro. If you want to leave a comment or so, if you like it, you know, put a thumbs up or leave a comment that you liked it or didn't like it. So, but that's it. All right, I'm done. I'm done talking. Love you guys.